We knew this was coming out for like probably 3 months before.
Right.
And like, this is coming out, be ready, let's do it. And then the first weekend, it was a fucking mess. You know, it was a fucking disaster. Hello everybody, my name is Luis Herrera. I'm executive chef and partner at Ensenada restaurant in Brooklyn. And we're in The Walkin.
How do you make The Walkin work for you at the restaurant?
Well, I mean, first off, limitations are one of the things that like pushes creativity in a way. So we're a seafood restaurant. We don't have any meat. And because of how tight the walk-in is, it works. We just have fish down here, and then it's all produce. And then we have a club also. I mean, you see it now because it's Monday, so it's kind of empty, but you come on a Friday, we couldn't do this.
Beer to the ceiling.
Beers, you know, like yerba mate, like everything.
Only seafood. What's your favorite seafood product that you're working with right now on the menu?
Probably the scallops. We have a scallop tostada. This one is like a crazy thing of mine that not even Mexican. So we serve a tostada with raw scallops, some labne, apples, jicama, and then a sauce I made with like toasted and fried seeds. I would say that's my favorite thing on the menu right now.
Is there a specific type of tortilla that you swear by? Like, this is what I have to use at the restaurant?
Oh yeah, we work with two friends. We work with Sobre Masa, and then we work with From All Things Good right here in Williamsburg, and we get the masa from them. So we actually make our tortillas fresh in-house.
What is masa, and how does that translate into a tortilla?
Okay, so what is masa? So they get the corn. It's a heirloom corn from Mexico. They actually work with a company called Hacienda, if I'm not mistaken. That's the first company that brought like heirloom corn from Mexico to the US, or as far as I know. Shout out to Jorge at Hacienda. So they get the corn. There's a process called nixtamalization, which basically is cooking the corn in a basic medium. Traditionally, people use ash. They use calcium hydroxide. So you dissolve that in the water, boil the corn, and what that makes is a chemical process that peels off the corn, makes it way more digestible, like more elastic. And then you let it like soaking in the water, usually overnight. The next day you wash it, take out all the shells that came off, and then you pass it through a mill. A little water, that's it. So it's corn and water. You make these balls, put it on the plancha. Shout out to Marta, she's the one that makes these like probably like 600-700 every day.
So you put it on a plancha and you use a press?
Yeah, you press it, you flip it 3 times. It's supposed to like blow out, you know, get the steam inside. In Mexico, they say if your tortilla blows out, you're ready to get married. That's the perfect tortilla right there. Yeah.
What for you is the most challenging part of the job that isn't about the cooking?
I think the most challenging part is just like handling your people.
Yeah.
You know, being understaffed, you know, not finding the right people. And then once you find them, like you want to keep them around, and people is what makes the restaurants, you know?
Yeah, not everyone is the same. So
not everyone
you need
is
to find the way
basically
to reach the people that work with you and work for you, sure.
I mean, the way I try to like lead and teach, just lead by example. But then, you know, because I'm not here, I put a lot of trust on my chef. And thank God we've been friends for years. So there's a lot of trust. He lets me know something's broken, we need this, we need that, this guy fucked up, this guy didn't show up. Because before I didn't have those eyes in the kitchen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You need someone who's going to be honest with you and you can be honest with them.
And like 100% like over communication for me is the key. Like,
yeah. This restaurant has gotten some wonderful press lately.
Thank you.
What does the press mean to you? Do you care?
I care in terms of having the business work. You know, I don't care for myself.
So you get people in the door. How do you get them to convert them to be a loyal customer?
Yeah, consistency is the key. Like we've managed to like accumulate a good amount of regulars, also like neighbors from the area, and I think a big part for me in the restaurant is when they come back and they order the same dish, it's gotta taste exactly the same.
Yeah.
Every time, you know? And that's sometimes hard with transitions with, you know, we were talking about the staff, like a cook left and like he was making the things in a certain way. And now we got a new guy and like you just put in a touch more of lime juice on the aguachile, you know? And he changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's what can fuck everything up.
Do you think that the tortilla and the ingredients on the tortilla have equal importance? or is one
They
more
do.
important than
For
the
a
other?
taco, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say they do.
Yeah.
Like at Cosme again, I learned the importance of a fresh tortilla and a good quality corn too. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
That really makes a taco.
Yeah. You're a partner here, but you do other things outside of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Can you speak to why that is, and what gets you excited about doing these other projects outside of the restaurant?
I think I've been in restaurants long enough to know that I don't want to be in a restaurant every day, all day.
Yeah.
You don't make a living out of just being a partner of one place, I always try to like do things with different friends, different places.
Yeah.
There's no better way to promote the restaurant than like just me being out there and like say, hey, I have this restaurant, this is the kind of food I do. Like come see us, you know what I mean?
It actually gives you a secondary point of contact, because then they don't necessarily have to come here for the first time.
Exactly.
Right? So when you got the Bone App award, when you got named one of like the best restaurants of the year, did you immediately see like business jump, and like, is that only good, or is there any negative aspect of that?
We saw a change overnight. Like that came out, and that weekend we were like twice as booked as like the previous weekend.
Yeah.
Of course, like it's a good problem to have when you get like that busy overnight.
Yeah.
Like we knew this was coming out for like probably 3 months before.
Right.
And like this is coming out, be ready, let's do it. And then the first weekend it was a fucking mess. It was a fucking disaster. Like I had to jump in the line. I jumped in the line and I helped the guys because they couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
It was stressful, but like it was well received. Obviously, it's been. You change one stress for another, right? You change the stress of like, how am I gonna pay the bills, to like, how am I gonna make like 150 covers today, Yeah. Well, I'll take that one over this one.
Sure.
It's like more money, more problems, right?
What excites you the most as you look forward at this restaurant and that maybe future projects?
I feel like we're not at our like prime yet, not even close.
Okay.
There's some things that need to be tightened up. There's like possibilities of like going to Miami with this concept, which is something that I think would be
Who doesn't
great.
want to go to Miami?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any kitchen lingo or words that like you really love or that you really hate?
Oh. I hate the oído. Oído.
What's that?
When
No.
they say heard.
Oh.
Like, we say in Spanish, oído.
Okay, oído.
It's one of those things that you can't shake off anymore. You go on the subway and then you say behind.
Yeah.
And all that shit that is just like in you. I kind of hate it.
Does someone expo and call out and the cook say oído, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So-
Well, if I'm expoing, like I want them to say oído.
Yeah.
Even though I hate it.
Yeah.
But I need something from you. Give me
Right.
something.
Right.
Say yes. Say whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Just make sure
it's
that
not-
we are talking and
Yeah,
communicating.
exactly.
So is there any advice that you give to someone who's young and just starting out?
When I was working at Cosme, we had a lot of people coming straight out of culinary school. And I don't want to generalize, but like they think that they know everything and they're ready for everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a matter of like humble yourself and like keep your eyes open, absorb as much as you can. Like cooking has a lot to do with muscle memory. It's like playing tennis. I love playing tennis.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. There's like really no secret to it. It's just practice.
Yeah.
And palate, try everything. Even if it tastes like shit, you gotta like get your palate like accustomed to what you like. And like I think that's the key to creating your own style.
Finding the baseline of what isn't good allows you to understand what's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta taste bad food to know what's good food.
Is there something that you wish that you were a lot better at that you're actively pursuing?
I wish I used less towels.
Messy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty clean when it comes to my station, but
Because you're using so many towels.
I'm using a lot of towels.
Yeah.
I'm using more towels than I would like to.
That was big of you to admit that on camera, that you use too many towels.
I admit it, guys. Yeah.